all the laws were still very new with what we were passing for human rights,
Hmm.
for everything like that. Everything that was building up to that. We still had so many issues till what 1960s. We kind of started to really, 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 really transition from slavery and actually starting to I guess care about people in the light of it.
I'm 43, and like growing up, my understanding of racism in America was like in the 60s and 70s there was some pretty big racism, but when I came up growing up, it was no, we all love each other now. Like yes, people are racist, but you're not supposed to be. So,
Yeah.
like it was a different conversation in the 90s. And now it seems like it's gone backwards, like behind how it was in the 90s. Now like people are more ballsy to be racist. White supremacists are more ballsy with their racism now, and I don't know what the fuck that is.
I mean, where I grew up, it's very hard for me because I'll be honest, I grew up in North Georgia for the most part of my younger childhood.
Hmm.
I was a white male living there, and I was discriminated against because I was from up north.
Okay, from the black
So,
community.
and I was held back in sports because of that. I was held back
Who
in
is that
just
discriminating
social
against?
gatherings.
Was it the black community or
Oh no,
everyone?
no, it was all white. No, 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 it was North Georgia. So the KKK still is there and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Actually, one of the sheriffs got busted not that long ago for being one of the leaders.
No shit.
Um, but they hated anyone that didn't grow up in that area
Yeah.
of it. And I can understand that feeling. I know what it's like to be that. But at the same time, I also see, I think I guess what I'm trying to say is the reason that I see that it seems to be becoming more apparent or seem that people are becoming more ballsy necessarily is I don't think it's so much that. I think it's more of people are not scared to call them out.
Hmm.
And it's a lot more public now than it used to be. A lot more things were more behind closed doors.
They were. I tend to think the reason for that is because of Donald Trump's disposition. He doesn't have any filter, and
Hmm.
so if that is the guy you look up to, and he's trashing women and trashing everything that he doesn't like, that gives permission to everybody that's a little bit of a piece of shit to go ahead and be a big piece of shit because the president's got your back.
Yeah, see, and that's an excuse because I mean that's one of the reasons I do like Trump is he does speak his mind because I'm very similar in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's permission to hate on what someone else believes. I guess
Not
that's the
not
best way to put
permission
it.
to hate,
Because
but permission like when your parents do a behavior when you're young and you're like, oh, I guess I can do that now. That's the kind
yeah,
of
no, they
permission.
think, yeah, no, no, it's going to the head of like you could say whatever you want with any repercussion.
Right.
Sure. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. You know what I mean?
No,
Everyone
you
should
need
consider others'
you need to
feelings,
take
but I
your
will
chances.
say is you should believe you should stand by what you believe in. And unfortunately, if you are a racist piece of shit, I'd rather you at least tell me you're a racist piece of shit so I know to avoid you
Yeah.
rather
Fuck it.
than,
Tell me you're fucking racist and don't fuck with me.
that's what I'm saying, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with hating on anyone because of their race
Yeah.
in any means. People are allowing that into their heads that that is what it should be, whether it be that they're accusatory toward that because of a race. And don't get me wrong, stereotypes exist for a reason. So for some races, they do have, a more common idea or something that's going on. And it feels like those people, it also goes to their head that it's, okay, let me put it this way. If I'm accused of something and stuff like that, I'm not going to get upset or anything like that. If they say, oh, the average white man is a racist piece of shit, that's fine. You feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. I know deep down for me, I know that I don't care where you came from. I don't care what you've done. I care about who you are, how you carry yourself, and where you want to go with life.
Hmm.
That's all I care about. Now, have I lived a life at this point that I have seen certain people that, and not just that, the way they word things, that automatically is the way they see me, whether the moment I walk through the door. in that becoming also a very I don't know, like a very, for certain people they want to shut up more, some others they feel like they can speak more, and I definitely blame our politics for that.